olivat Jethro Tull. Yhtyeen laulajahuilisti Ian Anderson kertoi suhteestaan aikaan ja ikään näin.
Well, you're asking me to be a little nostalgic about it. Nostalgia is really dangerous. It's one of the most, I mean, you know, nostalgia is the emotional equivalent of taking acid. You know, it's like entering into this totally fake dream state. It's a kind of pot luck as to what memory, the tricks that memory will play on you and tell you about good times that perhaps didn't really exist. What I do every morning is I wake up and think, well, there won't be too many more of these mornings. I don't mean that we're only going to play another 10 concerts or another 2 tours. I mean, I know we're playing between now and the end of March on this series of tours, but it can't go on forever. And it can't go on forever for Tina Turner or Mick Jagger or any of those people who are very physical performers. There comes a point where they have to really stop. Even though they may still be able to sing, they may still be able to do part of what they do, because they have been always associated with a very physical performance. There comes a point where you just can't do that anymore. For those of us in the rock music business, you know, we have the same dreadful decision to make in a few years, that we can't any longer win Wimbledon, in inverted commas, when we go on stage every night. And that's the time to stop. And most of us will ignore it and carry on for another 2 years until you guys have no option but to tell us every time that it's time to quit. Back in the late 60s when we started, it was, the competition was, I mean, right at the moment we started playing, the competition was Cream, Jimi Hendrix, I mean, I guess the Grateful Dead and the Doors and people like that were still around. Frank Zappa had started, Captain Beefheart. I mean, there were, you know, a few things around, but competition, there wasn't too much. What there was were some of the best bands in the history of the universe. And I really believe that they will be seen to be that good and that important in the history books of 100 or 1,000 years from now. So to have been part of that world in music, it was a very stimulating time to be around. We all knew we were part of something special. But just as there could never be another Beatles, there could never be another Hendrix, there could never be another era like that particular few years of sudden